start the recording too. So now can you tell me actually what I want to create a class? Can you tell me what I need to do?
Right click on that.
Yes, right click on the package.
Yes, new and click on class.
Yes. Give a name for it. So for example, variable usage. Okay. Then I'll click on package and then I'll click on finish.
Yes.
If I want main, what is the shortcut?
Shortcut for main is PS.
No, just you can type MAIN.
MAIN Control Shift space.
Superb. Control space enter.
Yep.
That's it. So if I want to print it over there, what is the shortcut?
CISO.
Superb. CISO. Control space.
Parent. Yep.
Hello world. Good. Right click, run as Java application. So we got it.
Yep.
So now can you help me? I want actually what? Two variables global. One should be static, another one is non-static.
Okay, static outside between class and public.
Awesome. Yes.
Static.
Yes.
Integer space integer equals to AX.
Okay, X I'll take a value.
What are the, okay, 10 and integer Y equals to 10.
Super. 20 I'll take.
20. Yeah.
Super. Now I want a local variable. Which line number we need to write? If it's a local variable I want.
Is after public static void is within the main function. Super. Integer X equals to whatever value you want to give.
As of now I'll give integer Z equal to
J.
30.
Yep.
Now can you help me to print all the variable values now?
Yeah, SYSO.
Yes.
Yeah. So Z.
Yes, Z.
Yep.
So right click, run as. That prints me 30, the value. Super.
Yep.
Next.
You want to print the Y? Yeah, same thing, SYSO.
SYSO.
Yeah. And we need to create an object.
So it's a static member means?
For the static, we need to create an object, right?
No. If it's a static member, directly
object. Yeah. Okay. X.
Directly I can refer with help of my class name.
Yeah. Class.
So that's a standard practice to refer my static members. Okay. Also, we have an option. Static members can be referred by the variable name also. Okay, but that is not a standard practice to use it. Okay. Right?
Okay.
Non-static members.
Okay. SYSO.
SYSO
is a class name variable usage dot Y.
Variable usage dot. Now you can see I have X, I have class, I have main. That is only the static members will be loaded into the static pool. So non-static members will not be loaded here. So that means what I need to do, I need to create an object.
Yes.
So to create the object, variable usage obj1 equal to new variable usage. So now CISO
obj.x. Yeah, obj.x.
Now I'm able to access the Y variable, which is a non-static.
Yep.
Along with that, if you see, I'm also getting some other members also. obj1 dot. Can you see? From the object class, I have a lot of information, and also from the variable usage, that's my own class. So object is the supermost class of all the classes in Java. So from this own class variable usage, I'm able to access Y, and then after that I'm able to access my X, and then I'm able to access my main function.
Yes.
That is static members and then my non-static members. It can be a variable or it can be a method. Method is also called as functions. Everything I can access here. So that is X variable can also be accessed using a reference of an object also. Static members alone can be accessed with help of a class name or directly by the variable name or through the object name.
Yep.
Non-static members can be accessed only with help of objects only. Got it?
Yeah. So non-static is only with the object.
Correct. Non-static members only with help of the object only we can access.
Static with the class name.
Static, the best practice is to refer always by class name only.
Okay.
Okay. So now when I right click run as Java application, see 30, 10, 10, 20, 10. So
Yep.
Z value is 30. Variable usage dot x referring with help of class name, x value will be 10. Directly variable x, it's 10. Creating an object obj1.y. My y value is 20. obj1.x, my x value is 10.
Yep.
Then next, now I will create one local variable name called x is equal to 50. That is my global member value variable name is x. Here I am creating a local variable also x. So now if I give sysO x, now before we mentioned sysO x, now it got me 10. But when I have my local variable, now when I try to print sysO x, it gets me
50.
50. Now if I want to get the value 10, what I need to do?
You need to remove 50. Yes. You
As
know, we need to remove that, eliminate that 50 and put X there.
no, that is now also I should be able to print actually what the value 10. Now I want to call this x variable. So what is the best practice to call the static members?
The class,
Yes, with reference of a class name, I should refer them so that
or you want to print out. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, sorry.
yes. So now it will get me
10.
10. That's it.
So
Clear, right?
if it is within the function, and then we need to eliminate 50 and put the other number, right?
Come again.
If it is within the function, main function, and
Okay.
if we have the two value of X, and if we want to get the third one, then we need to delete the first two and get the third one, right?
Sorry, I'm not getting. I did not get that. That is, if you want to print. What is that using, Bharat? If you want to
So,
print.
so since it is static and outside the main function, that's why you are using class name, correct?
Correct. Always static
Okay.
members, it should be
Yep.
referred with help of class name,
Mhm.
but also it can be referred directly by the variable name or through help of the object name. Okay. So, but the best practice is always to refer with help of my class name only.
Mhm.
Okay, because whenever we refer by the variable name alone, if we don't have the local variable, that time it goes and prints me the static member value. If we have the
Right.
local information, the preference will be given to the local variable value only. Got it, right?
Yep.
Good. So this is what about variables here. You're clear about global, local, and then the non-static variable. So global and local. Global, we have static and non-static.
Yes, I am.
Super, great. So now we'll go for functions. Class. Okay, just give me a minute.
Okay.
Give me a minute.
And one ladder we have.
Hello, Eber. We'll start the session.
Okay.
So now we'll go for functions. So to work on with functions, what we can do. So first, I will try to show you the way, show you why functions is needed for us. First, we'll see that. Okay. So this is the code I'm having here. So if I want to print this, right click, run as Java application. So now if you see Sunday to Saturday, okay, it's been printed. These 7 lines of code has been repeated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. 6 times it has been repeated. So think over in real-time industry, we have one set of code which has around 200 lines of code, which has to be repeated for more than actually what 10 times. Okay, that means 2000 lines of code we have to write for it, which we'll be calling this unnecessary repetitions. Instead of doing that, what is the best practice to do? Means, okay, see, I will just mention this rename. I will rename this file. Refactor rename print days. I'll make it. I have renamed this class name as print days. Now I'll create a new class, big days. Then I'll have my main function. So for me, I'll copy the same code here. So totally, if you see actually what 50 lines of code is there here. Okay. So how to manage this one means so simple. I can have a method here. So how to write a method means so simple. So to write a method, void, and then my method name, for example, print days. I will give open and close it. That's it. So when I don't give a keyword called static, it's a non-static method. When I give a keyword here called static, it's a static method. That's the difference. Clear? When I give a keyword called static, it's a static method. If I don't give a keyword called static, it's a non-static method. Static methods can be referred with the help of a class name. Non-static methods can be referred with the help of an object name. Okay, so void is a return type. So what is this return type means? It will help me to return some value to the program wherever it is called. So void means I don't want to return any value here. There are other return types like actually what we can use all the data types, integer, boolean, and then I can use string, character, double, float, everything, whatever I want, I can return it over here. Okay, so the print days is my method name. Always method should be followed with parentheses, then open and close it. So this flower brace, okay, we open and close it, it's called as a block. Okay, that's what we have here. So now, what are the lines that have been repeated? These 7 lines. So I will put in this method. Okay, so once again, I will write here. So void is the return type. The name of the method is print days. Open and close the parentheses. Then open and close the with flower brace. It's called as a block. Okay, so I'll print the 7 lines of code here. Sunday to Saturday. Clear, right? Okay, then static. I'm making this method as a static so that I can refer with the help of a class name. That's it. Okay, so now I will call this method wherever it's needed for me. See, here I want it. So weekdays dot print days. Then I need to print this dashes. Then again here weekdays dot print days. Weekdays dot print days. So weekdays is my class name. This is my method name. Weekdays dot print days. Weekdays dot print days. Weekdays dot print days. Clear? So now the thing is actually what advantage is what means it is structured properly now. Okay, so now when I run the code, I can see the same output. One more advantage is what means organizing the code also is easier. So in the before level, now the Wednesday, I need to make it as Wednesday. I need to add another yes. Now what I need to do, I need to go to all the place and then I need to manually change everywhere as this information. Everywhere I need to change. Then after that, I will print here. The same thing here, if I want to change hereafter, I will just come here, Monday. One place, if I change, that will be reflected all over my code. Can you see? Monday, Monday, Monday. Organization is easier when we have methods here. That's why we go for functions. Now it's clear? Bharat, you understood how to write a method and then what is the necessity of writing a method?
Yes.
Okay. So methods are also called as functions here. The same thing here, if it's non-static, only thing is what? We create an object and then we call these methods with the help of an object. That's the only thing. What we have seen in variable, the same thing applies. Next we'll see. I'll rename this class also. Right click, refactor, rename, function usage. I'll make it. Then I'll click on finish. So if you see right now, I'm renaming the class. So weekdays was my class, right? So all the places I have used weekdays. So now the thing is, whenever I want to change, I need to right click, refactor and rename. Then only that change will be applied everywhere. I should not directly come here and change it. I should change on the file name, right click, refactor, then rename it. Then only the change will apply everywhere. Okay, so now we'll see some more functions return type. So what is this functions return type here means? Okay, so I told you the void is a return type here, correct? The void is a return type. Now I want to use it. So we have here void method 1. Okay, so this is how we will write a method. So usually a method we will write like this. This is a M1 method. I will just print. Then we will have a return statement here. Always a method will have a return statement. In void, it is not mandatory to have because the return statement cannot return any value. But if it's apart from void, see here, in case if it is, I can give integer M2. This is our M2 method. Now can you see it throw me an error? So that means this method must return a result of type integer. That is, this is an integer return type, right? So it should return a result of integer type. So return an integer value. That's it. Same thing if it is actually what? String M3 scissor M3 method. Okay. Now the thing is return here. So okay, before that, it throws an error, right? This method must return a result of type string. Okay, so return hello. It should return a string here. Understood? So now I need to call this methods. So if I want to call, okay, I will just put everything here so that. Now if I want to call these methods, so what we need to do, all are non-static methods. So first I need to create an object. I will create obj1 equal to new function flag. So here first I will have CISO program starts. I'll just write simply. Then here I'll have program ends. Just for my understanding, I'm just having it. So now void m1. Okay, I want to call. So the method name is object1, right? So obj1 dot. Now can you see I can access m1, m2, m3. These three things I can access. So I'll go with m1.
Yep.
Then after that, I'll just print CISO back to me. obj1 dot m2 I'll call. CISO back to me. obj1 dot m3. Back to me. obj1 m1, m2, m3. Right click, run as application. See, first when we execute, program starts. Then we are creating an object. Then obj1.m1. So now it comes here to the m1 method. Comes to the m1 method. Okay. Then after that returns. Now control comes here. Now back to main. obj1.m2. Now it goes to the m2 method. m2 method will be printed. Next return 10. Now the 10 comes over here, but I'm not utilizing it here. Okay, so only thing is it comes here, but we are not utilizing it. Then back to main. obj.1.m3 comes here, m3 method returns me hello. Then hello comes here, but we are not utilizing it. Back to main. Then program ends. So now what I will do, it's returning, right? So you can see obj1 dot m1 is void, m2 is integer, m3 is string. So m2 method returns me an integer. So that means I can capture it in an integer variable. Okay, back to main. I will just give then plus a. Same thing, m3 method dot m3 returns me a string. So I will capture it in a string variable. String b is equal to. Then I will print here b. Right click, run as Java application. See, first program starts. Okay, so program starts. Then I'm creating an object. Then after that, calling the method one m1. So m1 method. Then after that, back to main. Then obj1.m2. So now what will happen? So obj1.m2 means go to the m2 method, prints me m2 method. Then returns me 10. That 10 comes over here. That has been captured under the a variable. It's simple as like is equal to integer a equal to 10. That's the thing. Now back to main plus a. So back to main, what is my a value? 10. 10 will be printed. String b is equal to obj1.m3. Goes and call me the m3 method, prints me m3 method, returns me hello because the return type is a string. That hello comes here. String b is equal to hello. Now back to main, hello. Then finally program ends. Clear, Bharat? How?
Yes, I'm getting there. You know, it's the, but I understood the concept.
Yeah.
I think I need to revisit this video to understand more.
Yes. A little bit actually. What at the beginning stage you might be feeling. So once we continue the same thing, it becomes the practice for you.
So what we create here is we already have the main function, and before main function we created the void, right? Return type function.
Correct.
So what does the return means?
That means void integer string. Okay, can you see this is the method name?
Oh, okay.
before my method names, I'm using actually what the void integer string as a return text.
Yep.
So if void means I can have a return statement, but I cannot return any value. Can you see? I'm not returning anything here. Just I have a
Okay.
return statement. That's
Got
why it's
it.
not mandatory to use return statement in void because we cannot
Mhm.
return any value.
Yep.
But the same thing, integer m2. So in this method, return type is integer. So it's
Okay.
mandatory for me to return an integer value.
Oh, okay. That's what it means. Okay.
Yes. Same thing, string m3. The return type is what? String. That means
Hmm.
I should return a string value.
Got it. Okay.
So based on the return, I'm capturing it in a variable. So when I give obj1 dot m2, can you see the return type is what? Integer.
Integer.
M3 means what the return type is?
String.
String. So that's why M2 means we are capturing it in an integer variable. M3 we are capturing it in a string variable.
Got it.
That's the difference. Got it, right?
Hmm.
Any questions for anyone on this? Anyone
No.
has any questions? Super. Good. So right click, run as Java application. So now we saw return types. Next we will see another concept, overloading. Method overloading. So all these things we will revisit again. So today we will explain the concept. Again, we will revisit one more time so to make sure we understand it in a better way for the next class. So what is this method overloading means? So how a method will be written void m1. Okay, next void. Again, can you have a same method name here as m1? No, that is not possible because it becomes as a duplicate. It becomes as a duplicate. So one, I can change the method name. Otherwise, see now the error is gone. Otherwise, I need to make them in a way that is void m1 integer a, that means overloading. Okay, so this method does not have any argument. This method has an argument called accept, which accepts integer argument. Okay, this is called as arguments. I'll have another method here, void m2 double a. So that is I can make my method differentiated based on the arguments. See, based on the type of argument. Otherwise, based on the, sorry, this should be m1, right? Based on the type of argument. Otherwise, based on the number of arguments used. Okay. So a method which does not have an argument, a method which has an argument integer, a double, integer and double. That is based on type of argument or based on the number of argument. That's the thing. Clear? So I'll have one more. So here integer a comma double b. So here it's both are same. If I want to differentiate, see, if I give double and double. So now what's happening? The type is differentiating here. Before the number, this is one, this is two arguments. Now the thing is this is integer and double, this is integer and double, and this is double and double. So I can differentiate a method which has the same name based on the arguments. But how actually what it is being used in the real-time industry? Okay, so right now I have one functionality. Okay, so that functionality, if you see, the thing is actually what it will be differed based on the argument level. So for example, I want to create a customer. For example, I want to create a customer with a single task. Okay, that is one. I want to create a customer with multiple tasks. Okay, so the functionality, if you see, actually what creating the customer. So the method name will be actually what create customer. One with actually what? A single task, only one argument I will pass. The thing is, next thing is actually what? Create a customer with multiple tasks. So I'll pass 2 arguments. So how many tasks I want for that customer? Based on that, when I pass the argument, that will be deferred for me. That's the thing. Okay. So once you come to the Selenium WebDriver, I will again revisit these things for you. So M1 method plus A. So when I call this method, it prints M1 method. What is the A? A is my variable name. Okay, so this becomes as a local variable for this method. Okay, the same thing here. M1 method. Yeah, I'm printing. Next, this one again I'll print. M1 method. It accepts 2 arguments, right? So plus B. Again I'll have the same thing. So A and then B variable. So program. So here I will call the method one by one. Okay. So actually, all are what type of methods? Can you tell me? It's a static or?
I'm sorry. Could you please repeat the question?
So these methods are static or it's non-static?
That is non-static.
Super. Why you're saying it's a non-static?
Because it doesn't mention as a static there.
That's it. Super. If I want to call these non-static methods, so what I need to do?
Non-static, you need the class name.
I know. Static methods refer by class name.
Right. Okay, it's object name.
Yes, correct. Can you tell me how I can create the object?
Okay.
Just give a try. Otherwise, I will help you.
Yeah, method overloading object 1 or object 2, whatever name equals to method overloading.
New
Method
class
overloading.
parenthesis. Super. That's it. Yes. So now I want to call the methods one by one. So I will just push this information here so that I can see. That's it. Yeah. So now, can you tell me? I want to call one by one the method. First, obj1 dot. I'll give here. So first is a void.
Void.
Same thing if I want to call this integer. Obj, it accepts an integer argument. So M1, yeah. I'll go for this. Then I want to pass an integer value. So can I pass 10?
Yep.
Yes. Obj1 dot M1, the double. So now what I need to do? Can you tell me any double value? Double. Decimal.
Yeah, 10.5.
Yes, 10.05. Correct. Yes. Then after that, I'll call integer and double. Obj1 dot M1, integer and double. That means first pass an integer value, second pass an double value. So what I need to do?
10, 10.5.
Super. I'll give 20, 20.05. Same thing if I want to call this method, what I need to do?
Same thing. It's an object.
Obj1 dot
1 dot M1.
Sorry, my mistake.
I think we wrote in the wrong place.
Yeah. Obj1 dot.
1 dot, yeah. Parenthesis.
Yes.
Sorry, M1.
M1.
Bracket.
Yeah. So I can take double and double. Okay.
Yeah.
So now what is the value I need to pass? So double means what? Is a decimal or is a number? Double means is a decimal or it's a number? Any idea? So double means what? Is a decimal. So I will pass 30.05 comma 35.30. No, Bharat, I can't hear you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can you
now
hear
I
me
can
now?
hear. Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay.
So we got 30.05, 35.30. Then program ends. Now we'll try to run it. Java application. Program starts. So first we're calling M1 method. So obj1.m1 calls the M1 method. Next obj1.m1. Then I'm passing actually what? An integer value. Calls me. So here 10 that comes and loads here. The a variable will hold 10 right now. Then M1 method then prints me actually what? The a value is 10. Next obj1.m1 10.05. So now it's a double decimal value. Decimal value means what? It matches here. So double a. So M1 method plus a. So now what will happen? Prints me 10.05. Integer and double. So 20, 20.05. So this will be 20. This will be 20.05. M1 method 20, 20.05.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. 30.05, 35.30, double and double. So calls me M1 method A plus B, that is 30.05, 35.30. The 0 does not have a value, that's why it has removed. Got it? Any questions on this, Bharat?
No.
Cool. So with this, I'll stop for today. So this session, again, we have to do a recap. So most probably the next session for us, it will be on Monday, right? You might not be coming by tomorrow, day after tomorrow, right? For the 9:30.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow and day after tomorrow.
Yeah. So tomorrow we will have our this Selenium sessions. So check whether in case if you are able to attend, look for it. Otherwise, anyway, I will be sending the videos to you.
Yeah, tomorrow I have something going on in the office, and after that I have to travel for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I know that you already said. If possible, you can just in your weekend you can see the video.
Yes, in weekend I'm planning to work on this one.
Cool, super. That's good. Okay, that's good. So just have a look. Then after that, again we'll meet on Monday.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Buzz.
Talk to you Monday. Have a good night.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Happy Thanksgiving Day, man.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Have a good weekend. Bye bye.